Okay, and here we are. We are live with another episode of the Stay Curious podcast. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I am in Austin, Texas. I've never been to Texas. It's been quite fun so far. Way more green than I thought. Lots of barbecue, good food, great weather. But that's not why we're here. That's not what I really want to talk about. I have a familiar face on the podcast. As you guys can see now with our video portion, I forget that I can't be as subtle now that we're doing video. People are like, yeah, I can see him. He's sitting right across from you.
Yep.
But I have the one and only, the Dion Sekone-Fraser, Dion. I have the Dion on the show, who's been gracious enough to host me for a bit. Check out Austin, but we're going to jam another podcast. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good, bro. Pretty good. Living the dream.
Yes. So, once again, appreciate you having me down. It's been here for a few days now. It's been a ton of fun. I really like the setup you guys got going on, from your crib to just your whole situation. Yeah, it's great, man. How you feeling about it?
Yeah, man. I love it. Like I was telling you before in the car, like, you know, Austin's been nothing but good to me, for sure. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, everywhere I've lived, it's getting better and better. Like, you know, Pittsburgh, my first place of living in America. Portland was amazing and great for me. And then Austin has just been, like, next level.
Nice.
Like, I really love it. I love it.
Yeah. So, and part of that's the weather, right? I know we briefly, excuse me, we briefly talked about it, but a big chunk is the warmer weather and the less gray.
Fuck, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because you don't really realize how weather can take like a toll on your mood. Mm-hmm. Like every day, not every day, but most days, it rained in Portland. So, and I genuinely do like rain, so I really didn't care. It was, you know, something I liked. But as soon as we moved to Austin, 100+ degrees every day. Not like right now it's 80, but every day it was 100. I was like, holy shit, man. Like, it's crazy. We can, you know, wake up and trust that it's going to be a good day so we can go do stuff.
Yeah.
It instantly picked up our moods in a weird way. You know, it was nice. I instantly got browner too. Yeah, for sure. I got a tan.
That's awesome.
Hard tan. That's
awesome. Yeah, I'm like I said, I've been loving it. It's been really cool. I've only ever heard about Austin, and to finally be here and be checking out the places and.
Well, you're not only here. You're here, and now you've done a photo shoot for Onnit today. Which is so buzzy, like kind of thinking about it now. Like when I first moved here, it's like a company that you've followed for a long time.
Right.
You see the inside of the gym. Mm-hmm. You see like Isaac.
Right.
Mr. John Wolf. Like all those people.
Yeah.
Even Aubrey, the fucking CEO of the company.
That's true. We saw him yesterday.
And then we saw all three of those people in one space of an hour. Like in the space of an hour, we see all of those people. And it's just funny how, you know, it's just this weird thing that you're in it now.
I know.
You're doing the damn thing. And now you did a photo shoot for Onnit this morning. You got a whole bunch of free clothes. Mm-hmm. It's just so bizarre, isn't it?
It is very strange. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've haven't quite slowed down yet today and kind of pulled back a little bit and reflected on it. I don't think completely yet, but yeah, it is really bizarre to. So I've been to the Onnit gym twice now, and even yesterday, I was still feeling like that fanboy feeling of like, oh my God, like these are the things that I see on the internet. And like, again, all these people that you see and just you just get so caught up in that that
sure.
You not forget, but you know it's a gym and you're there to work out and everything. It's just, you're still a little starstruck, if you will.
No, I still do.
Yeah.
I still do. Even when I drive up to pick Megan up. It's like, I just got to hit by Onnit to pick Megan up. Like, fuck, that's bizarre. And when we're like when people come in town, like Tim Ferriss just moved here.
Oh, right.
And seeing him sitting down checking out Muay Thai was so bizarre to me. Like, and you know, it is what it is. And when Lewis Howes was in town, and seeing Michelle Waterson in town,
right?
Like those stuff. And I'm kind of still glad that I can feel that, like because I'm not taking it like as a. Oh, it's just another, it's just another day.
You're not taking it for granted.
Yeah. In a weird way, I'm not. Mm-hmm. And, but even with the possible thing that came up with me, like I'm trying not to take that for granted. You know what I mean? I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket because you see like Onnit, like holy shit, it is weird, but no, I love that I can still feel that way.
Yeah, no, I definitely felt that, and even the photo shoot, which is super crazy, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to have done it. But even in the moment, like I knew what we were doing, and I've had a little bit of exposure to these before, not through like any sort of personal modeling career, just like Lululemon and some other stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But like when we got into it, it just felt like something fun to do. Like we got lost in the woods for a while, and we were just fucking whacking through the bush, the deep country, and then we found this like awesome swimming hole type deal, and then we just fucked off in the water for a while.
That was so fucking fun.
Yeah,
we were just trekking through the bush, and I was telling this guy that it reminded me of being a kid when we were hunting pigs, and he didn't fucking believe me. So
I still don't. I think I'm gonna need to hear from your mom. That this actually happened.
Yeah, man. It's the same group that I rolled around with of the top layer of the puddle. The same 5 group of kids.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We just went trekking through the bushes. I remember it was just outside of our house in Patterson Street, Wanganui. Look it up if you.
Woo!
It was just in the bush, all uphill, and we were just hunting for pigs.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Did you ever catch any?
Of course, man.
Really?
Yeah, but I never killed it. It was always Charlie or Josh. Charlie was the one who told us that. So for those of listeners who have never listened to past episodes of Kellen's, I tell a story about when you. So as a group of 5 kids, we're on our bike and we're biking home from this supposedly haunted house. It wasn't haunted. It was just an abandoned house with stuff in it.
Yep.
And it was raining. It was pelting down with rain that night. And we just thought it was a good idea to stop and get off our bikes and just start drinking like rainwater and puddles. But my friend Charlie was like, "Nah, man, if you just take the top layer, it's pure rainwater." And in my head at the moment, I'm like, "Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, that's right. Charlie's right." And all these cars are passing us going, "What the fuck are these kids doing?" But anyway, so it's same group of 5 kids. We just went trekking through bush, like making huts out of fucking flats. Like this big as like flats. Flax.
Like, flax leaves?
Yeah.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
they're like huge, big leaves, and you're
Gotcha.
making like huts and shit out of it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we're doing the same thing, but like killing pigs. But I would always run after the pig and try to kill it. But Charlie and Josh always got it. But anyway, there's a fucking old story. But
that's crazy, man. No, I've never done it, and I've never hunted pigs, but I've heard that like boars here they're pretty fucking dangerous. They're like big and got the tusks, and they can be really dangerous.
Yeah, bro, they can fucking kill you.
And
but
you
when
guys still did it.
But when you're a kid, you don't know. You
That's
just think
true.
it's a big pig.
Yeah.
And then when you see like people carrying it on their backs, it's like, holy shit, that's the same size as a human. Like,
dude, that's crazy. Okay,
From head to
I
toe,
believe
like,
you now.
stretched out.
I believe you now. You've given me enough context that I feel like I believe you now.
Okay, thanks. But no, that's kind of what it made me feel like going through the bush. Just like when I was a kid, just going through the bush with a bunch of mates, and we had the steel mace with us, so we're like pretending it's like a machine gun or something like that, or cutting down some trees.
No, it was fun. I think part of what brought that feeling back, because I thought about when you said that the first time, and then as we kept going, I thought about it again, and I think part of what allowed us to do that is that we didn't have like a mission in mind. We didn't have like an objectionable goal necessarily, right? We were just like in the moment, and we weren't thinking about it, and we were just, not to get like super into the cosmos or whatever, I don't know the right phrase to use, but like just allows you to be like very present and enjoying just like literally what you're doing then, and not thinking about like, oh, I've got a deadline to hit, or I've got this to do, or this, whatever it is, some quota to meet.
Yeah.
So you're just there and you're enjoying it. I think as a kid, like, obviously you don't have shit to do either. You're just out trying to have some fun.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we were doing.
Well, we were gone for like over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like just trekking through the bush.
Yeah.
I was like, this was fucking fun.
Yeah. And
this was fun.
And the place that our photographer took us to, he had been to before as a kid. That's kind of why he wanted to go there. And it was like this little waterfall, but underneath one section of the waterfall, there's like it had hollowed out kind of this little cave thing. So you just had to swim like into there, and then you could get like chest up was all just air, so you could just hang out underneath
Yeah.
in this little cave. It was pretty sweet.
It was kind of cool. It was a little cramped with 3 of us in there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the idea of the fact that it's there was pretty cool. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Yeah. I wanted to hang out there a little longer, but it was getting a little cold.
it was cold.
It was getting a little cold.
But yeah, I mean, just kind of to take it back, it's been a great experience. Obviously, the main component has been to come and see you guys, which has been a lot of fun. But yeah, just as a follower and a fan of a company like Onnit, it's been really cool to just kind of pull the curtain back on what it is and see it from a close-up perspective, and even getting to take tours of the building and the offices. Like we were dicking around in Megan's office this morning, and there's all kinds of cool gadgets and shit in there. And
Yeah, Kellen was touching everything. All I wanted to do was just lay on the couch, and I tried to make room for Kellen to come sit down, but he just wanted to stand and look at things and touch things. And I was like, "Whoa, this guy is really fanboying right now."
yeah, I was.
I thought when I first walked in there, I was like, "Whoa, this is Onnit. Like this is the Onnit office."
Yeah.
And just seeing all the weird little kitschy Star Wars, Lego, old Alpha Brain. What we should have looked at was in the old the front, like the front lobby.
Yeah.
I guess you want to call it. It's got all of the old Onnit stuff.
Oh,
like
shit.
From when they first launched.
Oh yeah, we got to check that out.
Yeah, so it'd be kind of cool to check it out. We walked past it, but,
Okay.
On the way home, but it'll be cool to. Like,
Is that
show-
where they had like the shark print? There was like a print of like one of the shark coming out of the water. Like that's one of the original designs they had on their shirts.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
Maybe. It was next to like this big painting of a geisha. Where we
I
were
don't think I
walking.
saw
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, that little area has a lot of cool things in it.
Oh, sweet.
It's got this weird, I don't know if it's weird, but red light therapy. Have you heard of that?
I don't know.
No.
That's not like a salt rock lamp. That's different.
I don't know.
Okay.
But they had it for a little bit, or they've still got it. And it's like this red light, and you get naked.
Yes, I
Sitting.
have heard of this. You put it on your balls
No.
or your lady parts.
No.
Yeah, man. And it's supposed to help generate testosterone.
No, it's this red. You're a fucking dog. No, it's this room, and it's just full of red light, and you're meant to close your eyes, get naked, and apparently the red light is meant to like circulate blood flow.
Really?
Yeah, Isak told me
Are
about
there
it.
cameras in this room? Because
Yeah.
it sounds like a way to just get somebody naked and film them.
That's what I said to Isak. I said, Isak, man, I don't know if you're meant to get naked. I said, no, they told us to. I'm like, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did tell you to get naked. They probably told you to touch yourself too. But yeah, he was like, I didn't feel anything. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's just red light.
Yeah.
But the person who bought it to Onnit said you're not meant to feel anything. It's like blood,
Oh,
like flow.
just blood flow, yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess. I mean, it'll be interesting to do like day one of how you felt. Do it for like 2 months, and at the end of your 2 months,
Right.
if you feel significantly different. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just because like it's a place where you're sitting a lot, so to sort of help promote blood flow from that position, more
Maybe.
stagnant position, you know?
Yeah, maybe it was like a lunch. It was a lunch day on Friday, and everyone was kind of doing it. Like it was bring your partner to work day, and they had free barbecue.
And then you and your partner went in this room.
yeah,
Is that how it works?
yeah,
You
definitely.
got naked.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I see what's happening.
yeah. And then you touch each other. No, it was just kind of like, yeah, have some barbecue. And while you're here, I'm like, what? No. I'm going straight home. I don't want any part of this red light fondling party.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I was doing the same thing yesterday in terms of like geeking out over the stuff when we were in the gym. I was like wanting, because they have a bunch of equipment that I've never used even as a trainer. So I was like touching everything I could and trying to use every piece of equipment, and I still didn't get anywhere close to getting it all. So we'll have to go back a couple more times before I leave.
No, you played on the True Form runner.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
that wasn't the
Did
treadmill.
that. I did
The
the
treadmill.
ergo ski thing, which I've never done.
You played on that. You played on the hyper.
Yep.
You played on.
We need to do the Atlas stones though.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, I've played on those before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
Okay.
just through strongman stuff. But I mean,
Right.
I understand why you wouldn't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's like, how would you apply it? And you're not strong. But
I use the Indian clubs. Those are cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
those are
saw
fun.
you. I saw you playing with it. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
You've played with steel mace. We've got one in the room. What else was there? Fuck, I don't even know.
There's tons of stuff in
Bro,
there. man.
there's so much stuff in that room.
Yeah.
That like I.
Oh, that funky board thing that you said the football players were using. That like explosion board or whatever.
Yeah, they used it when some NFL team came in and they were using it. I had no idea. Like I can remember it, but it had to do with like running.
Oh, okay.
Like I can't even remember it, but it had to do with explosive power as an athlete. But that was funny. It was fun watching you kind of just roam around.
Yeah.
Even in Megan's office, just watch you pottle around, touching everything, picking up the Death Star slam ball that was on
I
the ground,
know.
and the Punisher, and
Ooh.
the
Whoop. We'll delete that part.
no, don't do it. And the other thing that was on that table,
Right.
and it was just fun to watch you kind of geek out. Because whenever I go to somewhere that I'm a big fan of, I try my best to play it cool.
Yeah.
Like I try to be like, oh yeah, it's all good. Oh yeah, I saw it on the internet. Yeah, bro, that's all I need.
I've practically been here before.
Yeah. But once they get to see me more and I get more comfortable and they get more comfortable with me, that's when I'll start to be like, oh yeah, kind of cool. Like look at all these things. Like,
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of knowing you, you and I know this, but I think it's a fun story for the listeners, is that when I was flying out here, I was boarding the plane and I met, so one of the things I'm going to do this coming weekend, tomorrow and Sunday, is go to the Formula One races, which are this weekend, which I'm super pumped on. So I met a couple guys who were also going to the races, and we chatted real briefly about the track and the cars and everything. And then while I got on the flight, there's this guy sitting next to me. So there's 3 seats. There was an empty seat between us, and he's wearing an Onnit hat, which I didn't think too much about. And then I saw he had an Onnit sticker on his computer, and then his backpack had an Onnit patch on it. So, power of 3. So when I came back from the bathroom and he got up, I was sitting down. I said, you just happen to be a huge Onnit fan? He's like, no, I work there. I was like, oh shit. So I told him, that why I was coming here, and I said, yeah, my buddy, his wife got a job in the creative team, Megan. And then before I could even say her name, he's like, oh, yeah, Dion. I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I know him. He's super cool. I was like, oh, fuck, man.
Get out Eric.
So, yeah, a guy named Eric. But, yeah, just trippy that, like, before I'd even got here, like, there was a connection that I had to you guys and Onnit and everything. It was pretty neat.
Yeah, it's even though the company is like a multi-million-dollar company, the team is small.
Yeah.
Like in certain departments, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I only know Eric through Muay Thai.
Okay.
And I didn't even know he was a part of the Onnit like team until later on, and I think I followed him on Instagram, and he followed me back and saw that he travels for Onnit doing wholesale accounts and stuff, and like, oh shit, like, I mean, these people that are involved with Onnit, it's not in terms of working out, it's not all talk. Like these people really do, even if it's a minute thing of just doing a little bit of kettlebell work, but it's not all talk. People really do work out here. Like, it's not a company that's like all talk, but none of their employees do the thing that the company does. You know what I mean?
Right. They're promoting, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But these guys are all amongst it. Like everyone is, And Rowley, you saw how big that dude is.
Yeah.
He's a fucking big dude, but he's always in the gym grinding.
Oh, nice.
Everyone has the option of just going fucking home after work, But everyone's in there fucking sweating their ass off, doing some sort of workout that they like doing.
That's good, yeah.
I think it's great. And plus, they've got, like Megan, when she's finished, when lunchtime comes around, she does the express class, E6 express class, quick 30-minute. Everyone in her office does it, and then get back to work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they're just sitting at their desk, like, sweaty and shit. Like, fuck, that's how work is meant to be, man.
Yeah.
Just get up off your desk and just go do a workout or something like that. Even if it's as small as, I don't know, 3-rounder with a steel mace.
Yeah, we've got some lions or something in the podcast studio.
No.
Yeah, that's a huge perk. I mean, in terms of that's one thing, like working for Airbnb, who I work for now, really treat everyone really well. But like being inside, that's a component. I go for a walk after lunch, but like going for a 15-minute walk and then doing like a 30-minute high intensity class are two different things. So,
100%. Yeah.
and I have the option to run or whatever, but yeah, it's cool that it's just built in and that like it's not just me doing it by myself. Like there's you're there with your team, and
100%. Yeah.
that's a super cool environment to have.
Yeah.
And be surrounded by.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's just fun to even again going back to you being here. It's fun that you're into that. You know what I mean? If you weren't, then it'll be kind of boring. You know? Like, oh, there's this cool gym. You can work out here for free if you want. Like, no, I want to do something else.
Sure.
Well, like,
No, this whole weekend, man. I mean, friends, fitness, and F1.
Yeah.
The 3 Fs, you know?
I forgot that you're here. I keep forgetting you're here for Formula One.
Yeah.
Like, no joke. I keep forgetting you're here.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. But it's this has been a great trip. Yeah, I'm really glad I decided to come down and check it out. It's been cool.
Yeah, man. No, it's been fun because if you weren't here, I would just be in front of a computer doing the work that I need to be doing.
Yeah.
Not saying that I'm not doing it.
Oh, he's working. He's
I'm
working.
Doing the work.
Yeah. I'm keeping an eye on him.
But it's given me the chance to even be a little bit of a tourist.
Yeah.
Like even went to Leaf today. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. We've always looked at these places but never been.
Oh, nice.
Joe's, I don't go there on choice, but the fact that we went there is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's been giving me an excuse to not slack off, but just get in the car and just drive to find another place to go eat. You know what I mean? We found that cool barbecue place last night.
Yeah.
That was
Ironworks.
Ironworks, that was sick.
That was awesome.
That was so sick. And we're about like that afterwards. Where was the other place that we went to the night before?
We went. Where the fuck did we go? What type of food was it?
Oh, we went to Torchy's.
Torchy's, yeah, that's right. Torchy's Tacos.
Torchy's,
which is an Austin staple.
It's an Austin staple here. And we went to Magnolia for breakfast, which Kellen doesn't eat breakfast.
Not usually.
Not usually.
On special occasion, I will. This morning, I tore it up before my photo shoot. I had to get my energy in.
Yeah, you essentially had 2 breakfasts.
I did.
You had an omelet and two buckwheat? Cornmeal,
yeah.
Cornmeal pancakes, man.
Which are fantastic if you've never had one of those. It's essentially just a big, flat piece of cornbread. It's so fucking good.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like a flattened out piece of cornbread.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Megan says it's like a cornbread. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it is. But when you said it's a flattened out piece of cornbread, like, it literally is. Someone grabbed a roller and just rolled it out.
Yep.
Huh. I never thought of that. It goes well with that maple syrup.
It does.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, I want that tomorrow. We should do that. Oh, man. No, we can't. We can't keep going back to Magnolia.
Yeah, we got to switch it up. Do something different.
Oh, no, it's not that. It's just like I'm going to get the same thing. I guess we should go somewhere else for breakfast. I don't even know where we're going tonight.
Oh, that's right. We've got plans. We're just along for the ride, really. I mean, I'm definitely along for the ride. It's been so cool. Even yesterday when you were at work and I came back and explored the city, I just like parked up and walked over to the Capitol building and fucked off, took some pictures, just soaked it in and walked around. That was cool.
Yeah.
Walked back through the city, checked out some spots.
Even if I was here for if I traveled somewhere else to do something, I definitely would have not have done that. I would have stayed in my comfy hotel.
Yeah.
I would have done something different. I wouldn't have gone exploring, like at all. I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, it was cool.
I like that you do that though.
Yeah, it's fun.
Because it's like, you like give a shit of where you are and the place where you are. But when I go somewhere, I'm like, I need my amenities.
I see.
Free Wi-Fi.
There you go.
I need a comfy bed.
Mm-hmm.
When we went to San Antonio, like, I only went venturing out because I felt like I need to.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'd miss something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, the Alamo, didn't know shit about the Alamo. I don't even know. Apparently, it's where a lot of people died.
I hear it's haunted. Did you experience anything?
No.
While you were there?
No. No.
They have a patch of grass that's supposed to be really comfy.
It's a patch of grass, man. There's a fucking dark story behind that patch of grass.
Yeah, no, and even like exploring when you guys did pad work the other night and I went for a run. I did the typical guy thing of Megan's like, oh yeah, here, let's take a look at the map. So I took one look at the map and I was like, oh yeah, cool, got it. And definitely didn't have it. Got lost 3 or 4 different times.
So backtrack, when in my head, when Megan was telling you this and you were like, oh yeah, cool, go over that bridge. I'm like, okay, if this was me, Megan said, go down the Mopac bridge, you won't miss it. I'm like, I don't know where, how, Mopac? Okay. Oh yeah, you go down that big bridge. There's 2 big bridges there. In my head, I'm like, I would have gotten lost even just leaving.
Yeah.
But then when I was like, oh no, but Kellen's he's smart. He's an adult.
Well,
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, sort of. I just thought it would be super apparent as well. But there's multiple bridges. And I also, in the moment, didn't think about just like following everyone else. I was like, no, fuck it. I'm on this path. Like I'm on the path I'm on. And I kept going and I ended up way the hell out in some like neighborhood.
Yep.
Where the trail stopped. I was like, okay, this is not right. And then,
You fucked up, bro.
I fucked up. I ended up on this like busy road. I'm on in the bike lane, like running in the bike lane on this road. And I'm like, this is definitely not right. I was out kind of where Austin City Limits was. Because I think they had a bunch of shit like barricaded off. That it looked like it had just happened or just ended.
That's so far away.
Yeah, and then I finally made it to the Mopac Bridge, and then I had to like go down under it, and then I finally see the big stream of people going around, so I just joined in with them. And then started passing everyone, of course.
Oh yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah, their jog is your sprint.
That's right. But yeah, it was cool. It was nonetheless, and it was just neat to explore. And the only thing that had me a bit worried was that it started to get dark, and yeah, I didn't have any lights or anything, but the only comfort was that there were other people there with me, and I felt like we were in it together.
We were definitely
any shit went down, then
we were definitely getting a little worried because like Megan kept saying, "Fuck, you should be back by now."
Yeah.
I can't be a faster runner than him. I was like, well, you said it. Like, I don't think he is. I think he's a little faster than you. I said, I think he's a lot faster. I just think he's lost. I'm like, no, but I gave him instructions. I'm like, but he's not from here. He's not even lived here.
Yeah. So that's a really good way, if anyone out there has not done this before, it's a really good way to explore a new place is get lost somewhere and figure it the fuck out. Make your way back.
Yeah, fuck, man. Just do that, honestly.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I did a lot when I was a kid. I don't do that now because I don't need to.
Right.
Got Google. Got Google.
Yeah.
But I did that a lot when I was a kid. Like I would just... I guess I still do it now. I drive. Mm-hmm. Like I would leave, go up Congress, and then go down the street. I never go down.
Okay.
And just see where that ends up. And I've got enough time throughout the day. I don't mind getting lost and then figuring it out.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I don't create landmarks in my head.
Oh.
So then it's hard for me to find where I got lost because I don't know where I am.
Yeah.
So I'll like to find that part again. That's what I was talking about today. When I don't think I'll be able to find that swimming hole again.
Oh, right.
Because we went through so much bush and we took so many lefts and rights and off path, on path.
Yeah, because I guess there's like one main path you go down, but the turn you take to go there isn't like super apparent.
No.
And there's multiple turns because we obviously took one of the wrong ones.
Yeah, we did.
With that guy. Maybe you would. But yeah, it's really cool. And when you get lost like that, it's funny that when you're using Google, you're not paying attention as much, so it's harder to establish those natural landmarks versus if you're just like, oh, it's fine, the phone will tell me where to go. Like you're just not connected as much.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you do rely on the phone. You don't see landmarks. You see blue lines.
Yeah, exactly.
You see a red landmark that's going to take you to where your destination is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're 6 minutes away.
Dude, you know what? This occurred to me. Maybe it's the alpha brain kicking in, but do you think with like augmented reality and VR that it's eventually going to get to the point because technology works like a Google map, right? We know what that looks like. But like in our vehicles, it'll get to the point where it shoots up essentially like an augmented reality on the road. So it'll just show like it'll show on the windshield where the blue line goes.
Right.
So we literally just follow that.
That stuff already exists.
It's already a thing?
I was about to buy one on Amazon.
No way.
Yeah. It's a little, I mean, obviously, an overlay of a screen, of your windscreen, would kind of be cooler.
Right.
But it's a little, I guess it doesn't really exist, does it? Because there's a screen that pops up that's above your driver dash.
Okay.
But it's like a little hologram. And it shows you where you're going, where you are. But it's not like an overlay.
Yeah.
Does that kind of make sense? It's not an overlay, what I think you and me are thinking. It's still your Google Maps, but it's on a hologram
It's just like
form.
a projected up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's right where you're looking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's,
Yeah, I think that's a step in that direction, but
Yeah.
it's not quite like when you're looking up at the literal road, you see the blue line like traveling a certain way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would be kind of cooler. That would be cooler. But a technology of somewhat the infancy technology exists, but it's like $20 on Amazon. So I don't know if I trust that.
That's true.
That's why I was going to buy it just for the sake of trying it out.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would be good.
Yeah. You
be
cramping up over there? You all right?
Yeah, man. We
Okay.
fucking hiked today, bro. I'm cramping hard, man. I'm cramping up, bro. My butt's on fire. My quad's on fire.
That was super fun. I know we just talked about it, but yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
I really enjoyed it.
These quads, my body's not meant for fucking long hikes like that. I was waiting to take my shirt off because I was sticking to it.
Yeah.
And I was just, I hate that feeling. So thank goodness we found
The water hole.
Oh fuck yeah, man! That was
Yeah.
a nice break. That cold water made my aching body feel so good. When they were like, "Oh, it's cold," I'm like, I feel amazing right now.
Yeah, you were cracking me up, man. Sloshing around in the puddle. It wasn't a puddle. It was like part of the waterfall, but it was shallow. So it's like if you filled up a bathtub halfway and laid in it, it would like half cover your body. And he's just literally like rolling around in there.
I was so happy, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
I was so happy, and I did not give a fuck how long we were there for. I was so stoked. I was a little worried with the fishies, but other than that, I was all good, man. I wanted to bust down that little tower that they had there. I went over. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not gonna." There's like a little stone tower for those of you who are listening or are watching.
There's a
on
name
YouTube.
for those things. It's like a marker people put up to like, so if you're on a trail or something and it's not super apparent where the trail goes, people will like build it as like an indicator of this is where the trail goes. And it's got a name. It starts with a P, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Oh, my bad then.
Yeah, no, to me, that's what made it even funnier because you're just like, fuck this thing.
But like, it was in the middle of this lake that we were in, the swimming hole that we were in. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, it's like a stone on top of a stone on top of a stone.
A stone man.
A stone tower, man. What do you call it? What do you totem pole?
Oh yeah.
And I tried to hit it with the biggest rock, and my aim was off, and I was getting frustrated. I was like, "Fuck! I just want to hit this thing and see it fall." And I was like, "Nah, fuck it, fuck this. I don't care how deep this water is. I'm gonna fucking kick that thing over."
Yep.
So another thing for those of you who don't know, I don't know how to swim, so I was willing to die to kick this thing over. And I was like, "Thank fuck! I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna get in the water." Went over there. Pushed it over, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, man! Fuck this! Whoever took this long to do it, fuck you, man! You're gonna come back to the swimming hole and be so disappointed."
So that definitely gives us a view of what kindergarten Dion looked like. He was definitely that asshole that walked over to somebody else's block tower and just fucking kicked it over.
Actually, when you guys were taking photos and stuff,
Yeah.
I slipped and I fell in, and I got so scared. I felt the bottom. I'm like, okay, it's not too
okay.
far away then. It's all good.
Good.
But I was still scared because what if that was me being lucky that I felt my hand and it's
Right.
just a massive drop off after that.
Oh, yeah.
So I was so scared. I was clinging onto this one rock for dear life. Dave, our photographer, was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, all good. I'm just hanging out."
Well, I heard you fall, and then I thought you jumped in, and then Dave's like, no, I think he slipped. And then I was like, okay, well, let's stop doing this and like help him because he can't fucking swim. And then you're like, no, I'm good. It's like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah. And I came up and I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, fuck. Thank God no one was worried about me. I was a little embarrassed if people were like, are you okay? But I was like clinging on for the rock and I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, no, I don't want to die. I was like, fuck this moss. I'm just going to dig my fingers into it.
That's part of what made the whole thing so good is you had a near-death experience. And that just like totally makes everything more vibrant when you do that. You have a new appreciation for life after you survive something like that.
Well, I've always thought like whenever I've gone into like the water, it's not the falling in that scares me. It's the not coming up again. That's the part that scares me. Mm-hmm. And I don't mind being under because I can kind of figure out how to swim a little bit. Like
right.
I can doggy paddle,
Sure.
and I kind of figured that part out, how to do it. But I don't know how to float. I don't know how to fucking just wade through water.
Well, it's a good thing there wasn't that let me try that again. It's a good thing there wasn't like a strong current there because that fucks with you too. Like when you can feel it pulling you, you're like, oh, fuck, this is a whole different thing.
Yeah, I would have been fucked, man. I would have died hard.
Well, the water wasn't too deep. You'd have been fine, but it still would have freaked you out.
You don't know. You weren't there.
It would have freaked you out more, for sure.
It was definitely the current when I was laying there in that little baby puddle.
Oh, yeah.
That was definitely moving me. I was like, holy fuck, my legs are like going a different way in that little baby puddle that I had, which was so fun.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. I just stripped down to my undies and just jumped in my Christmas.
That was like a natural resort pool because there was like the little shallow end you just like hang out in at the top.
Yeah.
And there's like the little diving board section and then the pool at the bottom.
Yeah. I wish it was just a touch deeper so we could like do bombs and shit.
I know. I wasn't sure how close the rocks were.
Yeah, neither.
But that would have been fun.
But the top part looked all dirty and shit.
Yeah.
It looked gross.
Yeah.
It looks like that's where people go to piss.
Well, I just don't think that's like the algae and stuff, and I don't think people go in there that much, so it doesn't get like disturbed and like brushed away.
Oh yeah, true.
So,
yeah,
but yeah, man, that was quite the find.
Fuck yeah, man, that was a fucking fun day. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, fuck, you've only got 4 more days here. You're gonna go to your Formula One.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend all day there though. Like
No?
We'll figure it out. I mean, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, it starts today. You're not even fucking there. So.
I know. It's all good. We have more important things to do.
Like what?
Like this.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, bro.
Yeah, we got to catch up. We had to do the photo shoot, so we'll still be there for another couple days. But yeah, no, it's been a ton of fun. I'm digging Texas. I thankfully haven't seen any rattlesnakes because I know those are a thing here. I don't know about as much in Austin, but generally Texas and other states like this, I suppose, have more rattlesnakes. In fact, we saw that really badass Texas rattlesnake license plate that I would definitely get if I moved here. I mean, I'm not thinking about that. I'm not. That's not what I meant to say. If I ever lived here.
Wait, you were thinking about moving?
No.
No. That is news to me. This is the first time I've heard of it.
No,
Whoa.
I'm not. I'm good. I'm content. I'm happy with where I am.
Yeah, I was wondering because you never talked about it at all on this trip. That is so weird to me that you're bringing it up for the very first time today. So odd.
But yeah, thankfully I haven't run into any rattlesnakes because I am definitely not a fan of rattlesnakes.
No one is.
No. Fuck those things.
If you ran into did I tell you about the snake that was outside? I think I told you.
Maybe.
There was a fucking little baby snake popping its entire fucking body out of this little crack. I thought it was a loose wire because it was blue and yellow. And I was like, fuck, that's the color of an audio cable.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of weird. I was going to grab it and kind of yank it out.
Oh, man.
But then I saw the head, the tip of it start to move. I'm like, oh, shit, that's a fucking snake. Because I had to take the dogs out for a walk. I grabbed the dogs away because Pepper, knowing Pepper, she would fucking attack it.
Yeah.
And so would Ollie, but Ollie is like...
more passive.
She's more passive. She would have seen it and been like, oh, I'm scared. But Pepper, who is currently eating a electrical little power outlet right
she
now.
is.
A power brick for a
She's
phone.
fucking up that charger.
Fuck yeah, man. Lucky we've got a whole bunch of them. I saw her grab it, so I was like, okay, fuck this. But yeah, she would have ripped the head off that snake. I would have been so worried.
I actually was thinking about. I didn't want to bring this up while we were in there because you would have definitely gotten freaked out. But I was worried about snakes in the water too because in Indiana, there's a lot of like copperheads and shit in the water.
Fuck, man.
I know. In the water hole that we used to go to, we saw them all the time. But I didn't want to say that when we were there because that would have obviously freaked everybody.
That would have changed. I wouldn't have been as stoked. I would have been more hesitant to go into the water for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't ruin it for you, man. You were having such a good time.
You fucking almost did with a little fishy line. Like that may, the little fishies might swim up on you. I'm like, oh, they fucking could, man. I've heard about those ones that if you take a piss in the thing,
they go in you. Oof. Yeah, not good. That didn't happen though. We're good. We're safe.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Yeah.
Hey, the wife wants me to pick her up at 5:30.
Okay.
Is that all right with you?
Oh yeah, we got some time. We're doing great. We'll jam for a little bit longer, and then that will be the magic.
I want to get a smoothie though.
Oh.
Before we pick her up.
We didn't talk about that. So those of you who are unfamiliar with Onnit, it's a total human optimization website. It's where you can go and get all things for human performance, including 10% off Alpha Brain if you use the code
Get on it.
Get on it right now. Anyhow, no, seriously, they have a part of their environment, for lack of a better word, is they have like a cafe where they do smoothies and recovery drinks and all these things that really complement a workout. And they're fucking delicious. I've only had one called The Boss, which is mint chocolate chip something or other. And then I don't even know what's in it. And then the dude, what's the old boy's name?
Ian.
He's working on this other one that has like Reese's and coffee and shit in it.
I want that one.
So good. Yeah. But we're definitely going to hit that shit up when we go back because we can.
The cafe in itself is another experience.
That's true.
Like when I first walked in and I saw the big Onnit Academy and the Onnit Cafe and the big TV, and at the time they were playing the Joe Rogan podcast on there.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, holy fuck, like this is insane. This is nuts. My first experience was at 6 a.m. in the morning at a Muay Thai class.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, this place is packed. Walking through the gym, I was like, holy shit, there's a big banner of Joe Rogan up there. Fucking the old school Team Alpha Male poster up there.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, this is it. I'm fucking here, man.
Mm-hmm.
I started peeking out so hard, but I was trying to play cool.
That means he was excited for you American listeners.
Yeah, I was excited. I was peeking so hard. Fuck you. But I just couldn't believe, and I still can't believe that I get to walk through those doors and get to talk to all the people who I would follow on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Now they fucking know my name and they know who I am.
Yeah, especially for you guys because you're like, because Onnit is so like, well, they've had such a heavy support of the fighting community for such a long time.
Yeah.
You guys, being fighters, ex-fighters, you love fighting. Like it's just that much more intense for you guys especially lately. Like we've been meeting and hanging out with some fighters, and it's just pretty trippy.
It's just buzzy, man. Like even there's a guy named Six Gun. He's the striking boxing coach for fucking Jackson Winklejohn in Albuquerque, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Fuck that place. He's such a cool dude, and for the people like that who interact with famous fighters or high profile athletes on a daily basis, it's so cool to meet them, and I'm just kind of just a guy.
Yeah.
And just genuinely talking to me, it breaks down those barriers immediately when I meet people like that, because it's like, oh, this guy's just a fucking dude. Like he's just one of the guys. Yeah. One of the boys, So it's nice to see that it's not idling, but it's nice to see the like put a human and put a voice to the pictures that you see on.
Sure, definitely.
You know what I mean?
I felt the same way. I mean, just from yesterday, like when you see someone and you like shake their hand and you look them in the face and they give you like a genuine smile, or even just like seeing you chatting with the whole founder of the company, and just like in a normal conversation, it's like, okay, yeah, this isn't like a 7-second Instagram clip of like they're saying something very intentional. It's just like a normal.
Yeah.
Like it's cool and it's amazing, but like it's also this is just a gym. Like it's actually kind of similar to the first gym I trained at, Fitness Garage. Mike, if you're listening, yeah, you got a cool spot. You had a cool spot. I'm sure it's still great, but it's similar. And it's like it just helps put it into context instead of like it kind of takes it down off that pedestal a little bit more. Not taking anything away from it, but it just brings it a little closer to reality for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It brings it right back to like a homegrown or the soil or whatever you want to use as another analogy. It brings you right back.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because it makes it more realistic. But super cool. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for you guys once again. I can't say it enough. I'm so glad that Austin's been a great fit for you guys.
I fucking loved it, man.
That you're happy here, and that I've been able to come check it out. I'm really stoked on it.
Well, it's been nice to have you here. Have a familiar face. One of the boys. Oosh, 6-gun Gibson, who the person I was just talking about hit me up.
Oh yeah, nice. That's funny.
Fucking hilarious. But it's just little things like that. You know what I mean? I mean, just being here and people hitting me up and going, yeah, hell yeah, or something like that.
Right.
It's like, fuck yeah, man. This fucking shit's bizarre.
Right. And then all the people you guys have met who you didn't necessarily know of beforehand, like who's the guy who does the Bang Muay Thai, teaches it? Alex?
Alex Anushian.
Did you know him before you guys had moved here? Yeah,
Nah,
and
man.
he's a super cool dude. Like,
fucking cool, dude.
Awesome. And
yeah, man.
Yeah, it's neat to see how those things sort of progress and develop.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fun to do a system that is, founded off Bas Rutten and implemented and shaped and molded by Dwayne Ludwig in Denver, Colorado, and then be doing the system here in Austin, Texas. It's just this weird lineage link, that's been going on, and it's every day, man. It's fucking funny. You wake up, and for the first couple of weeks, I couldn't wait to go to sleep because I knew tomorrow was going to be fucking sick.
That's awesome.
And I still get it these days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait. Like, even today, I can't wait to go to sleep because tomorrow's going to be fucking sick. We've got the Onnit warehouse tomorrow that we may or may not go to.
Oh, right.
And
we should still go. Fuck it. Why not?
I genuinely think that Megan has to go.
Oh, okay. So there we go.
Yeah, so I think we're going to have to go.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just, I go through these little things and I haven't been excited. I don't think I've never been that way. This is the first time I've ever felt that way, to be excited to wake up to a new day and be like, oh yeah, get to do whatever today.
Sure.
I'm working for Tony Jeffries in fucking California. I get to do social media for that guy.
Right.
I get to look after some podcasts, Alaska Tracy podcast in Alaska.
Yeah.
I get to do Box and Life podcast with Tony Jeffries. Fucking Isak has his Viking Ninja podcast. It's just, every day has been so fun. And it's not really considered a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's great. And, I think it's awesome to see when you have a time in your life when like all the elements seem to kind of come together. So it's like you just said, Dion, are doing all these awesome things that you like to do. And it's like, it's lucrative for you, and it's able to support you guys. And, Megan's got this awesome job that she likes to do, and and you guys are in this awesome place, and unlike Portland, you're just not struggling to life is a lot easier here now, right? It's just, you have all these creature comforts, and you don't have to worry if you guys want to go out and do something, and it's just those life essentials, when that stuff starts to get alleviated and you don't have to stress about it, it can really change your whole perspective. So
fuck yeah, bro.
I'm just so happy for you to see that that's been the case for you guys in your
And I mean, going back to what you said, I mean, for the first time ever, hearing what you said about possibly moving here, hearing that for the first time, I didn't even know that it was even a thing that he was thinking about. I did not know anything about this at all.
Damn it, Dion. You know
Not
Sarah's going to listen to this.
thinking about it at all. So new to me that, it is a great place to be in. These are all the things that I think about, but when you say it for the first time ever on the show and never mentioned it at all the second night that he was here, never mentioned it at all, just kept talking about how he loves the weather and everything like that, but never talking about it. It's great to hear that.
Yeah. I'm going to have some explaining to do.
No, you
That's
won't.
okay. It's okay.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Portland's a great place. It's cold.
It is. It's cold.
Rains.
It rains.
Great culture of lifestyle there. I have to give it that.
Mm-hmm.
But the weather here is always great.
Right.
Except
when it's 114, then
you know what? That was only one time. That was only one time. San Antonio slipped on that one.
Yeah.
They gave up a little bit.
Yeah.
When it was that hot, our electronics in the car did not work.
Oh,
Not even kidding. I turned the car on and then the stereo, the little LED thing, was like blipsing and blopping, and I'm like, fuck, did you just melt my car? Like, did you melt the car right now?
And you guys haven't experienced any tornadoes yet, right? Because you guys get those here.
We don't, though.
You do.
We don't.
Early spring.
Well,
that sounds fucked for me to say that, but I'm just like thinking, now you got me playing this mental game in my head.
What mental
game? That I'm like, yeah, you fuckers have tornadoes and all this other stuff.
Not that I know of. I've never seen tornadoes. I've never seen a tornado.
Maybe they don't come this way. Maybe, yeah.
No.
Maybe Austin's sheltered from it all.
We get a lot of heat lightning. I see that a lot, but
is that cool?
That's fucking awesome to see. Like, we'll sit out front and we'll see the heat lightning going off. And it's hot as balls, but it's kind of fun to see.
I do miss that about Indiana, like the thunderstorms and the lightning. We don't really get that in Portland. You just get that like shitty light drizzle stuff.
I loved it when it rained at night in Portland because I'm a big fan of like hearing rain.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love doing it.
As like a relaxing type thing?
Yeah, as a relaxing thing.
Nice.
I prefer it. I like the smell of it on hot concrete too.
Oh, yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good one.
And you get that here when it's hot. And it rains.
But then it stops raining and the sun comes out.
Exactly. And it dries it all up. Because sometimes rain's good, especially in a place that's so hot as Austin is, where the weather is always good. When the weather is hot like this, the weather is great. But when it rains, it only rains for an hour.
Yeah.
And it's an hour of like, oh man, it's a good change. It's a good change to have a change up of an hour of rain. Right. It's great to have that change up. It changes it up for us. But you know what happens after that hour? It goes back to normal. It goes back to normal, beautiful Austin that we all know and love. I love you so much. Do the photo. I love you so much. Let's do a selfie in front of
Joe's Coffee.
Joe's Coffee. If you enjoy being basic as fuck and delicious coffee, go to Joe's. So
I was surprised they didn't sell a pumpkin spice drink. They didn't have it on the menu of all places.
Actually, that's a solid point. I would buy the pumpkin spice and throw it away. Don't do it. Krispy Kreme's just got the pumpkin spice donuts.
Oh man,
there's a guy at work who loves it.
I feel like in the last, this is just a quick tangent, but I feel like in the last like 5 years, this whole pumpkin spice thing every year has become like a bigger and bigger deal. Or is that just me? I don't remember growing up like really even caring about that.
I saw on Good Morning America they had pumpkin spice pizza.
What? So there's. So it's like a dessert pizza with pumpkin and shit?
Who fucking knows? Only in America will you go overboard with your fucking shit. They do it all wrong. We don't do any of that pumpkin shit in New Zealand, sweet potato or whatever.
Yeah, you guys got a new prime minister, man. She might be into that stuff.
Well, I mean, if she's into it, then I'll let her leave that.
She's a babe.
We're here.
She's not even a babe, man. People going nuts on over her.
Actually, I haven't even seen her. I just heard that.
Yeah, I wake up. So for you listeners or watchers of this podcast, we've got a new Prime Minister in New Zealand. Her name is Jacinda. Fuck. I don't know her last name. But she's on the Labour Party, which is always a party that I've voted for every time I've voted before moving to America. But everyone says that she's a babe. She's not. She's not an attractive woman. But it doesn't matter. It's funny because everyone on Facebook, when I woke up in the morning, you know, it's in my fucking Facebook app, people say, oh man, Jacinda's a babe, I'm like, I don't know what she's going to do for New Zealand as a country.
Right.
All I'm hearing is she's a fucking babe.
Right.
And this guy from Canada,
Justin Trudeau,
should move over. Like, move over, Jacinda's here. Like, how come this is the first time I've ever heard?
See, this type of shit, though, is the exact reason why America put Trump in office, because it's just this giant popularity contest.
Yeah, man.
And, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Fuck all that shit.
What is the Labour Party? I'm curious. I'm not familiar. Like, what is that?
Labour Party is, like, they support unions. They're very, like, a socialist party.
Okay.
With National, who have been in for the past 8 years, they're very, like, forward rich.
Okay.
The
Nationalist is like a similar Republican, Labour Party more like a Democratic party.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. I've never heard these terms before I moved here.
Yeah.
When I moved to America, I didn't know what Democrat was. I didn't know what socialist was. I didn't know what.
Those are two types of tacos that torture tacos. Not that much.
Oh yeah,
Democrat and Republican.
But you know, I never heard of any of those, which is you know. It's strange to hear, like when people say New Zealand is a socialist country. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I only know New Zealand is New Zealand.
Right.
So when I tell people, if you want to know the difference between America and New Zealand, you should go and check out a podcast that I've recently started called Eagle vs. Kiwi. And it's on iTunes, Australia, and Google Play.
And Podbean.
And Podbean. You should all check it out. You know, if you want to know the difference between them.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You got it.
I mean, that wasn't a play. I was just
Stevie K. That's the nickname.
It could be.
It could be.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. Calm down with shit. I mean, I just start podcasts left and right. I mean, I've been, you know, I've got that one. I've got my main one, Onnit podcast.
Right.
That's been around for 3 years.
Sponsor of the show, actually. As a matter of fact.
Who is?
Honor and Conquer.
When?
You didn't know? You're giving me money every month.
When did that happen? I don't know. All I know is that I have a podcast. Honor and Conquer podcast. All available on the podcast apps.
Boom.
YouTube. We started a blog.
Yes.
You can just check it out.
You got it all.
We started a new show. All that stuff up. You know. It's funny that we're talking about Onnit.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about Onnit being optimized and, you know what my favorite two are?
What?
New Mood and Shroom Text.
Oh, no way.
It's my favorite.
Well, what if no one's tried those two, though?
Guys. What if they've never tried those two? It's a funny predicament that you find yourself in. You're the two, well, one of the two first products that Onnit made. The number one being Alpha Brain. But if you want to try the other two, I don't know, how does free sound? For the low price of on the house. You can do it. You can do it. And you know, here's what you have to do. You go to honorandconquer.com/Onnit, and you can get either a 30-count bottle of New Mood absolutely free, or a 28-count bottle of Shroom Text absolutely free. And all you have to pay for is shipping.
Wow.
Only available in America. Okay?
Sorry, Kiwis.
Sorry, Kiwis. You can't get shit.
That sounds great. That's quite the plug. That was a quick hijack.
Plug? What are you talking about a plug? I'm just trying to help your listeners out by finding these products, these free products. I'm trying to hook your listeners up with free stuff free things that, no one wants to pay for stuff anymore. And you know what people don't want to pay for anymore? Cable subscriptions.
Oh my gosh.
They don't want to pay for it.
Well, there's no solution, man. They're locked in. They're locked into these cable networks. They've got them by the balls.
You see my hands?
No, I see you.
Frustrating. For you listeners, I've got my hands over my eyes just going,
We got a camera too, so they can see it.
You don't have to pay for cable anymore.
Do you have a solid internet connection?
You should, unless you live in the WAPs.
You don't want to live in the WAPs. That's where you get your bumhole fingered.
No one wants their bumhole fingered. Look, if you've got a solid internet connection, you can try this thing. You can try this thing called Hulu.
Oh, it's a streaming service. We can watch TV shows and movies and all that kind of stuff. We watch Handmaid's Tale on it. We watch Broad City on it. It's really fun.
Nice.
It's really fun.
How, so they just go to Hulu? Is it like a website? What is it?
A what?
A website. Do they use the internet?
I mean, it could.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, another thing they could do is just go to eagleversuskiwi.com. I don't know. eagleversuskiwi.com. And then there's a link, I think, on there.
Eagle versus Kiwi podcast, or is it Eagle versus Kiwi?
Eagle versus Kiwi.
Okay.
They can go on there and
Got it.
and go to fight.
From memory.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the right-hand side of that.
And they can click the link and they'll get directed right there and they can sign up and get the 1 month for free. And what's even more funny is that, once they get their free membership done after the 1 month, and then they want to keep the service going. Instead of paying $9 a month
Right.
for their first year, guess how much they pay?
$8 a month.
$6.
Whoa.
Right.
That's nuts.
And
That's
then
like $72 almost.
It almost is. But I don't know. I don't want to take over the podcast. I don't want to take over your show by hooking your listeners up.
No, that is great. So if people wanted to stay in touch with your social networks, how do they do that?
Look, this is what you need to say. You need to do. What'd you say? What did you just
How
say?
do people stay in touch with you?
Stay in touch with me. Look, I got a personal Instagram page. It's called @Dion Sekone, DionSekone. You can follow me there. Or if you want to follow the multiple podcasts that I have, honorandconquer.com. You can find all the stuff there. Or if you want to follow me on Instagram, @honorandconquer. Okay, you could do that. Or I just launched a new show called Eagle versus Kiwi. It's about living in America from the perspective of a New Zealander.
That's him.
That's me. You can find that at eagleversuskiwi.com or follow us on Instagram @Eagle versus Kiwi podcast.
Boom.
You can do all that stuff. And we've got some other shit, but I can't be bothered.
Oh, gosh.
You don't want to know all that stuff. You want to know about the free things.
Yeah. Then he's dropped all that knowledge. So
Free
boom.
things, man.
Go check out the free 99. And you can, of course, keep in touch with us at staycuriouspodcast.com. We've got all the episodes, the videos. I'm going to put those up there. We've got the gear, the merch, a little bit of a blog going on there. You can find that there. Twitter, Stay Curious Pod. Instagram, Stay Curious Podcast. Facebook, Stay Curious Podcast. And, of course, you can find all the audio episodes on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio for all your different mobile platforms. And then for the video, we're throwing these up on YouTube. Just search Stay Curious Podcast, and we are, of course, the #1 option. Cool.
#1 option for all curiosity.
Boom. All right. That's a fucking wrap. Let's get out of here.
Bye.
Go pick up the wife.
Yep.
Boy.